Have you ever experienced this? Someone who used to talk to you every day suddenly becomes distant. They stop replying like before. Their messages become shorter. Or worse, they completely ignore you. And you are left wondering, did I do something wrong? Did they lose interest? Or did I stop being important? This experience can be confusing and painful. But psychology tells us there are clear reasons behind this behavior. And today, you will understand the real truth. Reason 1. The familiarity effect. In the beginning, everything is new. Your conversations are exciting. Your presence feels special. Your attention feels valuable. But over time, the brain adapts. This is called psychological adaptation. When something becomes familiar, the brain stops releasing the same level of excitement chemicals like dopamine. It is not always that the person hates you. Sometimes, their brain simply gets used to your presence. What was once exciting becomes normal. And what is normal often gets taken for granted. Reason 2, you became too available. This is one of the most common psychological reasons. When you are always available, always replying instantly, always giving attention, your value in their mind can decrease. Not because you are less important, but because the human brain values what feels limited. Scarcity creates value. When something is always there, the brain stops fearing its loss. And without the fear of loss, attention decreases. This is unconscious behavior. Most people don't even realize they are doing it. Reason 3, their priorities changed. People's lives are constantly changing. New goals. New responsibilities. New relationships. Sometimes, their attention simply shifts to something else. It doesn't always mean you did something wrong. It means their mental energy is being invested elsewhere. The brain focuses on what feels most urgent or rewarding at that time. And unfortunately, you may no longer be their main focus. Reason 4, emotional withdrawal as protection. Sometimes people ignore you to protect themselves. If they feel overwhelmed, confused, or emotionally vulnerable, they create distance. This is a defense mechanism. The brain tries to avoid emotional discomfort. Instead of explaining their feelings, they choose silence. Because silence feels easier than confrontation. Reason 5, your behavior changed. Sometimes, without realizing it, your behavior changes. You may become more needy, more anxious, or more emotionally dependent. Psychology shows that people are naturally attracted to emotional stability. But when they sense emotional pressure, they may pull away. Not because you are weak, but because their brain perceives pressure as emotional responsibility. And not everyone is ready for that responsibility. Reason 6, they were only interested temporarily. This is painful, but important to understand. Some people are only interested in the beginning. They enjoy the excitement, the attention, the emotional stimulation. But once that feeling fades, they lose motivation. This is called temporary emotional investment. They were not attached to you. They were attached to the feeling. And when the feeling disappeared, so did their effort. Reason 7, they are testing your reaction. Sometimes, people distance themselves to observe your response. They want to see. Will you chase them? Will you beg for attention? Or will you stay confident? This is subconscious behavior. People are naturally attracted to confidence and emotional independence. When you remain calm and secure, your psychological value increases. But when you chase excessively, your perceived value can decrease. The most important truth. When someone suddenly ignores you, your first instinct is to blame yourself. You overthink. You replay conversations. You question your worth. But psychology teaches us something important. Their behavior is not always a reflection of your value. It is often a reflection of their mental state, their priorities, and their emotional capacity. You cannot control someone else's attention. But you can control your self-respect. What you should do instead. Do not chase attention. Do not beg for explanations. Do not lose your self-respect trying to stay in someone's life. Because the right people do not make you question your importance. They choose you naturally. They respect your presence. They value your energy. And they do not disappear without reason. Final psychological truth. Human attention follows value. And value grows where there is confidence, self-respect, and emotional independence. The moment you stop chasing and start valuing yourself, people see you differently. Because the strongest psychological position is not needing anyone to stay. If someone ignores you, let them. Because the right people will never need to be chased. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Stay tuned for the next video.